I'm going to tell you about a formula that my kids have been taking for quite some time now. From age 1, each of my kids, they're now 21, 15, and 8, I microdosed, which means like 1 or 2 drops in water or juice or formula. I nursed my children. In my lifetime, I nursed for 8 years, but I did supplement with formula. So in their formula, I would microdose 1, 2, or maybe 3 drops. I would build until 2, 3, 4 years old, until I would give them a whole dropper of a particular formula called Jade Windscreen by Blue Poppy Press, and it's plus ASR Junior. So I will read to you straight from ChatGPT exactly what it does. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because till this day, unless my children tell me otherwise, they have never been on antibiotics. My 21 is 21 now. She's about to graduate from college, so whatever she does with her health is up to her. But I know with my 15 and my 8-year-old, they have not had to take any antibiotics. And it's not that I'm against antibiotics, it's just they haven't had to. So this is what it looks like. Jade Windscreen plus ASR Junior by Blue Poppy Herbs. I like to use evergreen herbs in my practice, but when it comes to pediatric formulas, I do prefer the tinctures. And I've used, since I started receiving acupuncture in 1994, I have used formulas such as con herbs, which are also tinctures. I've used Sun10. I've used so many different brands that I can't think of at the top of my head. But I have my preferences now that I've been receiving acupuncture since 1994 and doing acupuncture professionally since 1999. So I'm just going to read to you directly from ChatGPT, which is pretty accurate on exactly what Jade Windscreen does, which is from Yuping Feng Sun. Here we go. So when we talk about it's a classic immune supporting formula in Chinese medicine, it means this is a formula that we usually think about when we're trying, when the focus is keeping children healthy. And when it comes to keeping kids healthy, you can check out my newsletter, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/pediatric-newsletter, and just click on pediatric newsletter when you get there, and you will see a lot of information, videos, some testimonials, and some case studies of people actually who have healed from whatever ailments. So, traditional actions of Yuping Feng Sun, also known as Blue Poppies, the company, their version is called Jade Windscreen. So it tonifies Wei Qi, which is your defensive Qi. So when we're talking about immune system, we are talking about your Wei Qi. So what does that also do? It stabilizes the exterior. So when we think of internal health issues, we call it interior. When we're talking about something like the common cold, the sniffles, maybe even sore throat when it's not too serious, some congestion, we would call that an exterior condition. Jade Windscreen also helps prevent recurrent colds, allergies, and immune weakness. So when Tommy, who's now 8, when he was 5, I recorded the first time he took a whole dosage of the Jade Windscreen. So one whole dosage would be that. So when I say I microdose my kids, it would literally be 1 or 2 drops in either the water or their juice. And from age 1 on, they were taking a formula such as Jade Windscreen, or maybe I might have alternated with other formulas. They didn't just stick with this, but this is a typical formula they've been on. As a matter of fact, at age 5, Tommy has a video of him taking a whole dose for the first time, and he talks about how healthy he is. So if you're interested in that, text me at 619-341-4341, and I will send you that video. So what else does it do? Well, the common ingredients are huangqi, which is astragalus, fangfeng, Lidiburella, Baiju, Atractylotus. You can just look up Jade Windscreen, Blue Poppy Press, and you'll find it on ChatGPT. When you use it in the clinic, people who catch every cold, kids with chronic sniffles, adults with allergies or weak immune system, prevention during seasonal changes. and I will break this down. So I personally don't take this formula. This is a pediatric formula. If I don't have my herbs, I typically like taking Immune Plus by Evergreen Herbs, but then I like to alternate things. I don't like to take things over and over and over from the same company. When I say this is a standard formula that I would take, that means that might be the main one, but I may alternate with other herbs just so my body doesn't get used to it. Same thing for my kids. Kids with chronic sniffles. So Tommy, I cleaned out my car, and I usually keep my herbs in my car or somewhere where I'm going to remember, like this one is going to stay here in my office. He hasn't taken it for 2 weeks, and today he kind of had a little bit of the sniffles. So I said, you're going to come with me to work. I'll probably give him a little bit of acupuncture, probably 1 or 2 needles. It doesn't have to be like 8, 10, 15 needles. A treatment for a child can just be 1 to 10 needles, depending on what's going on. Now, I've kept him warm, gave him some soup, and he's taking the herbs. The sniffles went away. That's how quickly I like to take care of things. Adults with allergies or weak immune system, again, like I said earlier, I like to take Immune Plus from Evergreen Herbs. There are a bunch of other formulas that you can take. That's just the one that I like to take. Prevention during seasonal changes. One thing I want to share with that when it comes to seasonal changes, you want to really focus on your health for immune system right before the change. So not October when people start getting sick, but in August, because kids are going back to school in September, and also before the season changes. So when people start having allergies, say around March, I start really focusing on their health around January, February, before the hay fever, March, April, May starts. Does that make sense? So this is how I keep myself healthy. If you're my patient, you'll notice, oh, Dr. Anna DeLopo does not usually get sick. And if I do get sick, you wouldn't know, because I'm going to take care of it just like that. So something that the reason why practitioners like it, safe and gentle formulation, which I agree with. Good for first sign of a cold, like today when Tommy had a little bit of a sniffle. I pay attention to every little detail. Ideal for children or adults who need lower dosages. You know, it's very easy to take. You saw how I do it. If you're giving your children water or juice or formula, 1 or 2 drops, depending on their constitution, which I'll discuss in a different video. But if they're pretty healthy, you can even go, maybe to 3 or 4 drops. But I'll typically do 1 to 3 drops in the first, second, or third year. You need to go to a Chinese herbalist, okay? This is not your diagnosis. This is not your prescription. This is just information. And let's see, dual action supports immunity while addressing acute symptoms. And that's pretty much it. So this is how I've kept myself healthy, or especially the children. One thing I just want to share is if you can nurse your baby, that would be tremendous. That's the best herbal formula. I nursed my first baby for 2 years and 4 months. My second one for 4 years. For 3 years, I took Vital Essence. I took V-Support by Evergreen Herbs. I really, really love that formula. You need to get these herbs, and you need to be under the care of an actual Chinese herbalist, okay? And with my third child, I nursed him for 1.5 years. So this first one, 2 years and 4 months. The second one, 4 years. I took the V-Support from Evergreen for 3 years. And then my 4th year, I did not. She continued nursing. She's a really strong baby. All of my babies are very strong. But I wish I would have taken V-Support with the first one. I really didn't need to, because at the time I was 30. When I was 43, I had a surprise baby. He was over 9 pounds. I really should have taken the V-Support with him, and not the stuff at the store, because it didn't do, the stuff from the store, which starts with T. I love that word. I love that store, but their stuff for nursing did not work. So there you go. I hope that information about jade windscreen is really, really helpful to you.